welcome to our Crazy Life Scotland. It's Fiona here, and in this video I'm going to lay myself bare. Not literally, well, almost in some of the photographs. But this is going to be quite a raw video showing you my journey through my illness in pictures. My mum came across a few old photos and I thought it would be quite nice to show you, because for those of you who don't know, I was hit by a mystery illness in March 2012 and it completely changed my life. I almost died. I ended up in a wheelchair. I do have a couple of videos on this and I will link them below for you in case you've not already seen it. But for those who already knew that, you've only ever known me like this because I only started YouTube a year ago. So you've known me in my recovery phase, if you like. Now, I think I'm always going to say that I'm in the recovery phase. I'm never going to say that I'm fully recovered, because the nature of the illness, I don't know if I ever will be fully recovered. So I'm always thinking of myself in the recovery phase. So what I thought I would do in this video is just give you a chance to see what my life was like, or what I looked like in my life before my illness, during my illness, the early stages of rehab, and then my recovery. So I hope you enjoy it. First of all, let me take you to a couple of years before the illness hit me. Now, I was well, I was up and about, I was I would say an average weight. I was probably between 9 and 9.5 stone, and I was working, I was just happy, I was living life. I had Abby, I had Brooke, and life was grand. So the first few photos that I'm going to show you are from when I was working a couple of years before my illness. I was actually working the same place as Jack, and it was a construction site, and there was only a few girls who worked there in the office and the rest was men, and we were asked if we would make a calendar girls style calendar for charity. So we decided that we would take on that challenge, and yes, we did. Now, the majority of the photos were of the men, and it was fantastic. They were all good sports. We had them sitting just with high-vis vests on and pumpkins in front of them and bare legs, you know, things like that. But I thought I would show you the photos of us ladies, because it lets you see me, A, standing up, and B, what I looked like with my own teeth and at a decent weight. So here we go. So yeah, that was such a good laugh making that calendar. It was hard work, but it was brilliant. We made can't remember how much we made. I think we made about £1,000 for charity between the calendar and different activities that we did while we were there. It was fantastic. The next photos that I'm going to show you are probably from about a year before I fell ill. There's a photo here of when me and Jack went zorbing. It was a family day out. My mum and dad had gave us it for our Christmas. So we all went as a family, but it was only me and Jack who did the zorbing. I've no photos of that, unfortunately, but here is a family photo of us all together, me, Jack, Abby, Brooke and my mum and dad. So again, I was standing tall, I was a relatively decent weight, and how cute are Brooke and Abby? They're just so tiny. And then I have a photo here that was taken on Brooke's 2nd birthday. So that would have been the 21st of May 2011. And this is me and Jack. I love this photo. And then there's this photo that was taken just either shortly before or shortly after, I can't remember, and it was a photo that was taken for my mum's 60th birthday, and it's a gorgeous black and white photo of me and Jack and Abby and Brooke and Storm, who was our old husky who passed away last year. But I love this photo, wait till you see it. Yeah, so that was about a year before the illness. In fact, the last one was about 9 months before it. And now I'm going to show you a clip from a pantomime dress rehearsal that we had. Now, this would have been November 2011, so 4 months before I got ill. And I've just taken a little clip of this for you because I don't want to get a copyright strike for the song. However, with Granny Annie singing over the top of it, they probably wouldn't even pick up what song it was. So the reason I put this in is you'll see me not only upright, but you'll see me doing a little bit of dancing, singing, and just looking normal. This was the days of the pantomimes where I could do whatever I wanted without worrying about the wheelchair. And it was a really good laugh. It was just a dress rehearsal, obviously, it's not the actual show. Just a small clip, like I said. See if you can spot little Abby down the front. Excuse me. Abby would have been 2011, she would have been 7. Yeah, she would have just turned 7 in this clip. And you will spot Granny Annie a mile away, I am quite sure. So here we go. In my bed. Kick my feet up and stare at the fan. Turn the TV on, throw my hand in my pants. Nobody's gonna tell me I can't. I'll be lounging on the couch, just chilling in my snuggie. Switch to MTV so they can teach me how to doggy. 'Cause in my castle I'm the freaking man. Oh yes, I've said it. I said it 'cause I can. So what did you think about that then? Wasn't that fun? Yeah, that's the kind of mad things that we always did in our pantomimes, and I have to say I got a wee bit emotional when I watched it because I miss being able to do that. Although we have still done the pantomime since I got ill, the fact that I was able to get up and dance and actually do the choreography myself and teach the kids the choreography and teach the adults choreography, I do miss all of that. But there's no point in wallowing because I am what I am today, and I think that's probably why I'm wanting to do this video, really, to show you what I was like, and just to let you know that although my life has changed now, I'm happy and I'm making the most of life. Anyway, that's enough of that rubbish. Let's get on to this. Like I said, in March 2012, I got ill, and I ended up in my bed. I was in the hospital for about 3 months while they tried to diagnose me. They couldn't figure out what it was. The only thing that they could say was that I had chronic fatigue syndrome, which used to be known as ME. And that, along with dizziness and a lot of other things, stopped me actually getting out of bed. I was in my bed for months. Even once I got home from the hospital, I was bedbound. I could only get up to go to the toilet, to have a bath, or to go out to appointments. So that was it. I was so ill even if I did any of those things. So that, and the fact that I was on steroids, that was when I really started to pile the weight on, and just the illness in general, I think, made me look so bad. So I'm going to lay myself bare, as I said at the start. It's difficult for me to put these out there, so please be kind. That's all I'm going to say. So this first photo was when I wasn't home from the hospital for very long, I don't think. I was really starting to put the weight on, and I still tried to do as much as I could with the kids. So Brooke was only 2, in fact she'd maybe turned 3 at this point, and Abby would have been 8, yeah, just 7.5, 8. So I tried to do what I could with them. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you that is this photo is me and Brooke with face paint on, and it was Abby who done our face paint. So even though I couldn't be up playing with them, they would be in the room beside me, and I would play with them for maybe about half an hour at a time before I had to go to sleep again. So here's that photo. Yes, not very attractive. But then as time got on, I got bigger, I got more bloated, I got more ill, and I really couldn't believe it when I saw this photo of me. Here is a photo with me and old Storm. again. Now, he was fantastic when I was ill because he was my buddy. He was by my side on that bed all day, every day, pretty much, apart from when he went for walks and got fed. So yeah, he was my best bud during that time. So here's a photo of me and old Storm. Yeah, you can see just how big I was getting in that photo. That wasn't me at my biggest. I can't find any of me at my biggest, or I would have put them in. The next photo was from when I was finally admitted to the neurology ward in Glasgow, where I got the treatment that I needed, and I do believe that had they not treated me with such care and respect and great skill, I don't believe I would be here today. I was pretty close to death, I think. From what I've been told anyway, I don't remember a lot of that time. But this is a photo of me when I was in the hospital being tube fed, and I had Brooke giving me big cuddles to make me feel better. Sorry, I'm getting a bit emotional now. Yeah, that was a very hard time because Brooke started school. Brooke started primary school at that time. This, by the way, was 2014. Yeah, 2014. And Brooke started primary school. I missed all of that. Thankfully, my mum was there for them. She was their main carer because Jack was working. And she was there for all of those memories. And yeah. So that was that. Then as I got stronger from getting tube fed, I started some rehabilitation with the physios, and this photo that's coming up next I am so proud of because it was the first time that I was able to stand since getting ill. I was able to stand. I think I was standing for about 10 minutes in this picture, and it was all due to a brilliant piece of equipment that they had. It was like a frame that held my legs to the frame and my body. I had a big belt round me to hold me upright. But the fact that I was able to stand for so long rather than being in the wheelchair, I wasn't falling, my legs weren't giving way, I wasn't dizzy, it was amazing. So here it is. So I think of that photo really as the start of my recovery. That was when the rehab really kicked in. The physios did a lot of brilliant work with me, and I really started to get on my road to recovery. And about a month after that, the physios allowed me to come home to Falkirk, not home but the community hospital there, to continue my rehab because A, I was out with their sort of postcode area, and B, it was much easier for my family to come and visit me than having to go through to Glasgow every day. So that was when I went to Falkirk. Now, this next photo is from when I was doing my rehab in Falkirk, and it was the occupational therapist this time, and she got me doing a spot of baking. So this was the first sort of normal activity, if you like, that I had done out with physio during my rehab and recovery. So here's a picture of me with the lovely cakes that I had baked. As you can see, I was so proud of myself. Yes. Oh dear, the little things. I have to say, there's all these things that you take for granted in everyday life that I am now thankful for every single day, because this period of time in my life showed me just how vulnerable life is, how easy these things that you take for granted can be taken away from you. And I am now thankful every day for the little things like being able to make my own dinner, being able to bake with the kids, being able to, I was going to say stand up. I can stand up, but I have to hold on to something. Yeah, just all these things I really, really appreciate now. Please, please do the same. So then we come to November 2014. I was still in the hospital at this point, but I was definitely getting stronger every single day, and I was getting allowed out. Sounds like I was in prison getting home visits. I was allowed out now and again for special occasions. This was Granda, I call him Granda. It was Jack's Granda's birthday. The family were having a meal out. I got out of the hospital to go and enjoy dinner with the family, and it was fantastic. I was exhausted by the end of it. I had to go straight back to the hospital. That was the deal. I wasn't allowed out for the night at that point. It was only the couple of hours for the dinner. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. And that was the start of me thinking, I'm going to get a life back. I really am going to be able to get a life back. Then there was Christmas. Now, I was hoping to be home by Christmas, but unfortunately I wasn't. So what they did agree to was letting me have 2 nights at home. I got Christmas Eve, Christmas night, and then I had to go back in on Boxing Day. So this photo was taken when we were visiting Jack's aunt on Boxing Day, just before I went back to the hospital, and I love this photo, me and the girls. And one thing that I've noticed is in most of these photos I'm putting on a smile regardless of how bad I'm feeling. I remember how awful I was feeling at that point. I just wanted to curl up into a ball and go to sleep. But for the sake of the kids and everybody else around me, I always managed to paint a smile on my face and hide how I was really feeling inside. So yeah, that was Boxing Day, I think, just before I went back to the hospital, and I think I slept pretty much the whole of the next day after that. Then for New Year, again, I was allowed out of the hospital for New Year's Eve and New Year's night, and we went to the carnival on New Year's Day. That had always been our tradition, and I had missed it the few years before because I had been in my bed ill, and I was determined to get back there. So yeah, I was in a wheelchair, yeah, I was ill, and yeah, I looked awful. Look at me. So yeah, you can really see how much weight I had on me there. But I was out, I was with the kids, and I was having as good a time as I could given how I was feeling. So it was only about a week after that that I got home for good, and I was so pleased. I think because the couple of nights that I'd had at home at Christmas and New Year had gone so well, we didn't have everything in place that we needed at the house, but I wanted home. For example, the bathroom was upstairs, and there was a toilet and sink downstairs. My bedroom was upstairs, but what we did was we had another room that we converted into a bedroom, and that had the downstairs toilet off it. So I basically lived in there for a while until we managed to get a stair lift and I was able to get upstairs. So no, I didn't have any baths at that point. I was basically having washes at the sink, which wasn't fun, but needs must, and I would rather have been home with the kids than stuck in the hospital. So these next photos are from when I was home, just in the beginning of my recovery phase. I tried to get out and about when I could, not an awful lot because I was still really not feeling great. The chronic fatigue was still really bad, and I wasn't able to drive at that point for obvious reasons. So when I could get out and about, I made the most of it. So this next photo was me visiting my mum at her line dancing class. And that was me on what I called Ruby. That was my first sort of mobility scooter, if you like, that my mum and dad bought me while I was still in hospital, and when it was looking like I was going to get out, just so that it was easier for me when I was out and about to be able to get from A to B. So that was me and Ruby, my mobility scooter, with my mum. This next photo was when we went to Alton Towers. It was a couple of months later, and I can't believe how big I looked there. I have to say my weight did go up and down a lot during this whole period because there were bouts where I was eating because I was so depressed, I was so down. There were bouts where I couldn't eat. There were bouts where I was being sick constantly. So my weight was really up and down, as you can see with this next photo. Yeah. How bad did I look? And I have to say, I remember that holiday well, and I don't remember feeling like I looked that bad, if you know what I mean. I think it was because I just felt great at the fact I was on holiday, and I didn't really pay too much attention to what I physically looked like, and that was the time where I was losing all my teeth, which I'll come on to later. So I was always trying to keep my mouth closed when I was smiling and things like that. But yeah, I don't remember looking that bad, but now looking at that photo, I must have done. But I was alive, I was on holiday with the kids, and that's all that mattered. This next photo was taken probably a couple of months after that, and it was when Jack and his family did the Tough Mudder. You've probably heard of it. It's like a big endurance course, obstacle course type thing, race that you do for charity. And Abby was put in the junior mudder, so she was in the sort of junior version of it, if you like. And I just love this photo of me and Abby. Yep, that was a great day out. The whole family were there. It was a gorgeous day, and it was just fantastic to be able to be out and about and joining in with these things again. The next one is me on my 40th birthday, and I was starting to look like myself again. I definitely do. When I look back at this photo now, I think, yeah, you're starting to look like you again there, Fiona. And so this was my 40th birthday, so this would have been the 28th of October 2015. Yeah, so that's me with my different gifts and things that I got. I did get some hilarious gifts, like a blow-up Zimmer and the false teeth that clatter and things like that. People basically taking the mickey out of me, not only for my age, but because of the fact that I didn't have teeth and I couldn't walk. It was a double whammy. And that takes us back really to now. Where I am now, which is well and truly in my recovery phase. I still have bad days, I still have bad weeks, but I'm well and truly in my recovery phase. So I just want to put in this photo that I love of me and Jack. This was taken in June this year, and it was when we were going to a posh do at his work. So yeah, I like that photo of us. So that is, oh, I was going to say that is my photo, my journey in photos, but actually it's not, because, as I mentioned earlier, one of the other things that affected me very, very badly during my illness was the fact that I lost all of my teeth. And again, the doctors and the dentists don't know why, they all just started crumbling and falling out, and it was horrible. They really looked horrible. I'll put in a photo here of what I looked like when I only had half my teeth left. Yeah, not nice. Now you know why I kept my mouth closed when I was getting photos taken. It was horrible. And at the time, I couldn't wait to get all of the remaining teeth taken out to just get false teeth. There was no point in trying to work around them because they were just going the same way as all the rest. So the dentist took all of my teeth out and gave me false teeth, which I was so looking forward to, being able to have a normal smile again, a normal life again. Unfortunately, it didn't work out like that because the teeth don't fit me, which is why I've been talking funny during this. They keep trying to fall out, even though they're glued in with Fixodent and whatever other glues, tooth glues that I use. And you may also know that I am unable to eat with them in, they just fall out. So when I'm eating, I have to take my teeth out, which is highly embarrassing, especially when we're out and about, or if Abby's got friends here. But I've got used to it now, the kids have got used to it now, they know it's me. So I'm not quite as bad now as I used to be when my teeth are out. In fact, so much so, I'm going to insert a clip now from the pantomime last year where I actually spoke to you all without my teeth in, because my character in the show didn't have any teeth. So I spoke to the whole audience twice with no teeth in. So here we go. And my mum pied me again, even worse this time than last night. So I just wiped it off my face and wiped it on her. Well, that's us finished, and it went so well. Yeah, so that's me with no teeth. I hope nobody was offended. I hope nobody was like really freaked out by that, but that is me. I do hope at some point, at some time in the future, that I will get teeth that fit me, or that I'll be able to afford implants. But in the meantime, I just need to go with it. And poor Tracy, the Mad Scots lass, when I met up with her a few weeks ago and we had some food and cake, her and Ali had to put up with me with no teeth in, and they did a great job. They never even flinched. So thank you for that, Tracy and Ali. So yeah, that is my journey in photos. I hope you've enjoyed this. Like I said, it's been quite hard to do, but it is good to look back at how I was before and how I was during, and it really does make me grateful for every single day that I have now. Please, please, please be thankful for everything that you've got, for every day that you have, for the tiniest little things in life, the most mundane things that you maybe hate doing, like housework or going to work or anything like that. Please make the most of it, because you just never know when it's going to be taken away from you. Right, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up button. Please comment below. You can hit me with anything you want, just in a nice way, please. And I don't mind you saying that I looked awful or anything like that. Just don't be nasty. And if you have enjoyed this, please also hit the subscribe button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell notification so you know every time we upload a new video. Thanks everyone, bye!